Hey everyone, welcome to November favorites. Now I'm recording this a little bit early. I don't actually know when I'm going to put it up, but with Thanksgiving, kind of being in there, and I normally post on Thursday a beauty related video, I didn't really want that interrupting the favorites, and I always like to get it up like in the current month. Like I don't like to wait, to the next month. So let's go ahead and get started. Hopefully there's some new things here that I'm showing you. First off, I have to say would be the Smashbox Contour Palette. And I did a full review on this recently, which I will link below. I'm absolutely loving this. And what I forgot to mention in that video, I think I did put like an extra little comment in there. So many of you said, oh, you could probably use it on your eyes. Well, I had been using it on my eyes and I just forgot to mention it. I actually have it on today. What I do is usually take this contour shade in the crease because I've been wearing either brighter or darker lips lately, so then I've not been doing as much on my eyes like today. But I still need something in the crease, so what I'll take is usually this on a fluffy brush, put it in the crease. Sometimes I'll add an extra shade with it. This is actually really good to use all over the lid too, or as a highlight. But absolutely still loving this, and I actually demo it in that review if you've not seen it yet. Next would be a couple of foundations. I'm not wearing either one of these today, oddly enough. I know that kind of always happens. But I'm trying one out to see if it compares to one. So I'm trying one out to see if it compares to the CoverGirl Outlast Stay Fabulous. I always end up going back to this throughout the year, different times of the year, just depending on what my skin is needing. With it getting a little bit colder, my skin can sometimes just be reactive and look kind of blotchy. So I've needed a pretty full coverage foundation off and on. It actually hides my imperfections really well, but without being like too flat. I always run like right in the middle where, I don't want a really, really matte foundation because as I get older, that can just make problems look worse. But at the same time, I can't wear a really dewy or luminous foundation either because that just draws attention to like all the wrong places. So it's always a fine line with me between the finish of the foundation, like what I need on any particular day. It really just depends like, what my skin's actually doing and the time of year. Really been loving this again. Again, with all my foundations recently, I've been using the Beauty Blender, absolutely loving it. It's really great with something like this too. If you feel like this is maybe a little too thick or heavy coverage for you, the Beauty Blender works beautifully. Another one of my favorites, I did a review on this recently, is the Estee Lauder Perfectionist. Really love this foundation. The more I wear it, the more I really like it. It just really works with my skin. It doesn't draw attention to things I don't want it to. Just really, really have been enjoying this a lot. And I'll link that review below as well. So speaking of foundations real quick, this is something I actually had in the works because I have been reviewing more foundations lately, and then actually one of you suggested it, so thank you so much for reminding me. I did have it on my list, but wanted to let you know it'll be coming probably pretty soon, is I'm going to share my foundation collection and kind of rank them because I know it can be confusing when you see us talking about a lot of different foundations. For me, like I said before, I need different finishes depending on what my skin is doing, how much coverage I need, what time of year it is. So I thought that just might be helpful to some of you to kind of see, just because I'm talking about a new one, it doesn't mean that I don't like a previous one that I had mentioned. I always seem to have a breakout, sometime during the month. There will be like a couple of weeks where my skin is free and clear, it looks great, and then a couple of weeks where it doesn't. It's just that hormonal breakout thing. So I've been using the Bare Minerals. This is the Summer Bisque. I was kind of going through some of my powder makeup the other day, kind of rearranging things. Back earlier in the month, and I started using this again because it just really covers certain breakouts really nicely. I used this a long time ago, and it's one of those, then I move on to something else, again, depending on what my skin is doing. But I really like this, and I like the Summer Bisque because it's a really good color match. Sometimes the regular bisque can be a bit too light for me and actually draw attention to things. This came in a little kit is why I have the small size, and so did this little brush. I actually have the larger size of this. Some of you may have seen it. It's just that really thin pointed brush. I usually use the larger one for under eye concealer because I can get right up to that lash line. And then this is really great for the concealer because I usually have a lot of redness around my nose, and it's really great at getting like right in here at the edge of my nose or around my mouth where I tend to break out. So really loving this combination. Another Bare Minerals product that I've really been enjoying is something I picked up recently. I believe it was from the Friends and Family sale. That's the Bare Skin Perfecting Veil. So what I'll do is normally switch off between two setting powders. This is absolutely beautiful. I love the finish. I've been an actual mineral veil fan for years and years, ever since it came out. But I actually think I like this formula better. It's one, because it's pressed and it's so much easier to use. But it's a really nice setting powder. It does come with a puff in the back, so if you want to take it with you for touch-ups. I usually just have to use it the one time for setting powder. Absolutely beautiful finish it leaves on the skin. If I'm not using that, I usually alternate with the Hourglass powder in Diffused Light. I've talked about this off and on. I've shown it in some recent videos, but the more I use this, the more I like it. This is a really pale yellow setting powder, and I've been actually getting a lot of compliments on my makeup lately, and I think what you guys are seeing, some of that is this. Now, of course, some of it's going to be the foundation on any particular day, depending on which one I'm using. But this just gives a nice finish to the skin, you know, and it really, I think, looks good on camera as well. But what I really love this for is setting the concealer under my eyes. I like it because if you use a very light amount, it doesn't look cakey, but it just brightens enough. It sets it very nicely. So really, really been enjoying the Diffused Light. And again, I kind of switch off just depending what look I'm going for with those. Okay, this is a new product, but I had to include it because I'm absolutely loving it. I used it one time and thought, this is fantastic. I'm so glad I purchased it. That's the Anastasia Dip Brow. I just got this in the VIB sale, but I've been using it every day since. As some of you may remember from that video, I was a little leery on if I got the correct color or not. I got it in the shade medium brown because my Brow Wiz is in medium brown. So I just thought that was the natural choice. I need a very ashy color, but yet I do need a little bit darker shade because my natural brow hair is fairly dark. What I love about this, I mean, I love it for many reasons, but those of you who have ever, you know, watched any of my Get Ready With Me, I don't have a lot of eyebrows. Now, they are starting to grow back, thankfully, since I got my thyroid more under control. I am noticing more brow hair, so that's always a good thing, but they are pretty thin. So I have to do a lot of filling in. I mean, everything you see here is pretty much filling in. I do have a shape to my brows that I kind of use as a guide, but I don't have that much brow hair. I love how natural this looks. I mean, you basically just take, I've been using the Sigma Small Angle. This is an E65 brush. It has like a very, very slim angle to it. I may end up getting the brush that goes with this just because I like that it has the spoolie on the end, and I'm one of those, I like to, you know, be able to flip my brush around, you know, comb through, flip it around, and work. That's why I really like the Brow Wiz, because it's dual-ended. This just gives a really nice finish. You know, you just feather it on. You can make it darker if you need to. And it's quick for me. Like, I'm not spending a ton of time because, as I stated before, even though I like the Brow Wiz, I always use that in conjunction with a shadow, whether it's an eyeshadow, which I've used different MAC shadows, and then most recently for the last year, I've probably been using my NYX Bare My Soul matte shadow because I just think that gives a really natural look. And while the shadow is kind of quick, this sticks to the skin and the hair better, so I think it is actually quicker. You need very little product. I mean, this will last forever unless it just totally dries up. So basically, I just dip the brush in slightly, and then what I do is, you can see here on the cap, then I just get the excess off in the cap, start, you know, like I would with any other product, you know, kind of out here on my arch. Like I said, just feather up in the hairs. It just is so quick and has made my brow life so much easier. It's like, this is like life-changing for me as far as eyebrows are concerned. And those of you that have a lot of filling in to do, you totally get what I'm saying. You need something quick. You don't want to fuss with a lot. You need it to look natural. So I've absolutely been loving this, and the color does work. Like I said, if I use a light hand and brush through, which I always brush through, but if I use a light hand, it does work. So happy with this. Highly recommend it. I think the important thing is making sure you get the correct color. So since I have been wearing a little bit brighter lip or darker lip lately, sometimes I need a little bit of perfecting on the edges. I've often used concealer in the past, you know, just dip a small brush in it, clean up any edges. I think we all know about that. But I've got something out of my collection recently that I never used for its intended purposes. It never looked good on me. That's the Rimmel Scandaleyes in the color Nude. A lot of people use this on the waterline to open up the eye, brighten up the eye. It's always looked fake on me. I'm just not one of those people. I've tried different colors before that can wear that nude liner on the inner rim. It just looks really odd on me for some reason. You know, most people it looks very natural, it's good, not on me. Plus that, this kind of irritates my eyes. Anytime I have put it on my inner rim, it bothers me. So I found a new use for it. I've just taken this on any little edges I need to clean up, like around my lip, and it works great. Now I still need to use like a little brush. Most of the time I just take my finger and kind of blend it in, so you don't want a stark line with this. But for instance, on this side's where I normally have the issue because my lip line is not as prominent over here in the corner. So I always find, you know, I need like a little more help. I might need to add liner or something, so I'm kind of always doing some touch-ups. But this is fantastic for that. So if you guys have this, maybe try using it around your lips to clean up any mistakes. Next would be a hairbrush, and I don't talk about brushes or my hair that much. I do have a previous video though talking all about my hair, my favorite products, but I'm lazy about my hair. I like my hair to look a certain way. I actually love really big voluminous hair, but I can't stand spending all the time on it. I hate blow drying my hair. I'm lazy about my hair, but yet I'm picky about it, if that makes sense. So anyway, a lot of you have been complimenting me on my hair lately. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. You know, I've been wearing it straight a lot, which, you know, I just always go back to. I think it's over the years, you know, I always look back on different pictures of me and I just kind of look better with straight hair normally when it's long. So I needed a new brush. Before I had been using this brush. This is the Brush Lab, and this is like the pretty big one. This is great though for getting volume at the crown. A lot of you ask me like when my hair is straight, how do I get volume? It's great for getting volume at the crown, and also I'll blow it under for my bangs so that I get that nice lift right here. It's great for that, but I don't always find it great for the rest of my hair. I really have to work at it a lot. So recently in, I think it was Allure magazine, some of you may have even seen the article, it talked about like certain brushes and what certain ones were good for. This one caught my eye because it said it was good for fine hair but wavy hair. That is exactly me. I have fine hair, but it does have a wave and can look frizzy. So I went out and searched for this brush. This is the Olivia Garden brush. It's the Ceramic Plus Ion. And what I like about it, it's actually says Turbo Vent Combo, and this is in the size medium. What I like about this is that it is vented. I mean, this one is a little bit, but definitely more air gets through this one. And it definitely smooths. My hair has been so smooth since using this. Now, it doesn't glide through my hair as easily as this one because it is smoothing a bit more than this one. So I like this brush for different things. And of course, I don't get the volume as much with this one because it is more of like a smoothing brush. But if you're someone with fine wavy hair or looking for a new brush, definitely to smooth, you know, when you're blow drying, this has been a great one and I really like it. And I know Olivia Garden brushes are really good and popular and talked about. So I'll leave the information for it below. Last two things are clothing items. One of them I'm wearing today, so I'll just talk about that first. It's actually a lounge set or pajama set. I guess you could wear it to bed. I got it from Target. I actually heard about it from Marnie, Miss CoverGirl. She talked about it, I think, in one of her vlogs or a video. So it's by the brand Jillian O'Malley from Target, and I have tons of Jillian O'Malley sleep pants, but I've never had this particular kind. But this is the shirt that I got with it. It just looks kind of like a long sleeve t-shirt. They do come in a few other colors. It has like a little satiny patch. This is so great. I love the material because it's thin, but yet it's warm and it's so comfortable. Again, I have the pants on now. They are so comfortable. Like I said, they're so nice. You know, they look good. Like the first time I wore them was when my in-laws were in town. And they look nice, you know, like that. You don't want to walk around in regular clothes or skimpy, weird pajamas. So if you have company, this is like a great outfit that you can wear around the house, still be comfortable, but yet put together. So I will link it below. If I have a picture of it, I'll insert the picture, but if not, I'll be sure to link it below. But I actually love this, love the material. Like I said, you can never go wrong with Jillian O'Malley. I've worn her stuff for years from Target, all kind of sleep pants from flannel to summer ones, but this is my newest favorite. Okay, last would be a clothing item, and I guess you could just say one of them is kind of what I'm wearing too. Just lightweight sweaters. I love them because you can layer them, like put a shirt on under them, or you can put a puffer vest over them. I've just really been into lightweight sweaters. I got rid of a lot of my sweaters last year that were old and I wasn't wearing, so I kind of need to stock up on a few this year. You probably saw one. I've worn one from American Eagle. I've worn one from JCPenney. I'll list all of my favorites kind of below, but on Instagram you've probably seen a few more of them. But these are my newest ones and my favorite, and they're from Target. I have 3 different ones here. I think these were recently on sale. I'm not sure if they still are, but again, I'll link them below. They're just a really nice weight. I got the medium so that I can layer something under it if I want. They just fit really nice. They're not too baggy. I absolutely loved this one with the dog on it. As soon as I saw it, it was like, I have to have that. So I actually had to order this one because it was out in both the stores around me. I just love it. I cannot wait to wear this. I've already thought of so many different outfit ideas with it. It would look great with my J. Crew puffer vest in navy. You know, it'd look good with a red one. Just all kind of things. Like I said, I've thought about, and this actually reminds me a little bit of a J. Crew look, but love this one. And then I also got the navy and the red. I just thought this would be really classic, and I've actually thought about pairing this with like a chambray shirt just to kind of break up the dark colors. I thought that might be really cute. It would look cute with like a cream color puffer vest. And then I got the black and white one. Again, I thought this would look really great. My first idea was with like maybe the shirt that I have on, something red with a plaid. It would also look great with like a red puffer vest, you know, just kind of color blocking. I like things like that. But wanted to show you those because I've really been drawn to the lightweight sweaters, and Target has some really great ones right now. They have other patterns too. Okay, so I feel like I've talked your ear off in this video. I've had a lot to share. Let me know what some of your favorites have been this month. If you guys have any of this, or if you're thinking about getting anything. Anything I talked about as far as videos or products, I will link whatever I can below. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.